when Donald Trump was about to be inaugurated, other countries started planning on how, to be able, how they can deal with his administration, because he was planning the issue of tariff. So they started bracing themselves on how can we strategize, how can we ensure that, with this government coming, we don't expect Trump to go easy on us. We expect this. This is what we expect. This is what we expect. So what are we doing? What are we doing? Can you send me a message talking about taxes? Yes, that's one thing. We have to pay our taxes as a country. We have to pay our taxes as a country. We need to develop the private sector. People must be able to work within the private sector. If we have a great private sector, we attract investment. Attracting investment from one country, countries do investment in another. Instead of us every time we depending on a grant of $5 million has been given to the Liberian government to ensure that they have water. Sometimes that grant will come, you can't even see where the water is. You can see, you go and you can see. When you hear about the investment that has been made, the level of investment, the level of donations that have come in this country since the war ended, and you come and see the country, you see the road infrastructure, you will feel weak. You will feel weak about what is happening in the country. And those countries will not continue. All these people, you see the Swedish government, you see the Irish government, the US government, the European Union, all those institutions, they're always donating to Liberia, doing this, doing that. There will be a cut-off point, and that cut-off point is not far from now, because we can see from the early administration, all of you saw how things were. You saw how donations were flowing in all over. Every sector was receiving money. It is no longer like that. It is no longer like that. But how are we preparing to get out of that? Because under this Donald Trump government, I don't think we will even expect more donation. How can Front Page Africa did a story recently that the war crimes court in limbo because we are depending on the US with all what we are doing. We're depending on America to give us money to establish a war economic crimes court. Is President Trump interested in it? Is he thinking about Liberia should have a transitional justice process? Is he thinking about that? Because his policy has been America, America, America. Recently he said, if countries that we can give assistance to should be countries that we are benefiting, people that we benefit from, things that we benefit from is what we can spend on. So now we should be positioning ourselves to the level of what can we offer as a country.
Yeah, and Joseph, I will always say this. The former ambassador McCarthy. Sometimes people they get so frustrated over the fact that they are sending their monies and they are not seeing anything, tangible. It happened when with LEC, but then he was so frustrated. He said, "These are our taxpayers' money, and we send it down here, and we are not seeing anything that we can talk about, anything that we can boast of and say, well, we've put our money here, and this is what we seeing." Even in legislature cannot even be to the level that they have supported. So sometimes they get frustrated. So I am concerned about the 3 months that they're talking about reviewing all of these things. What's going to happen after the 3 months? Is it that they're going to say, well, let's just help them because we already partners with them, or these people have been receiving fundings over years and they are not implementing whatever they said they would do. Can we take it or can we reduce it? I really don't know. I'm worried about the 3 months, Joseph. Like, seriously, I am worried about it. And one thing we should understand is we should grow. We should grow. Our population, as of the recent census, we
5 million.
we're 5 million. According to the census, we're 5 million. There are other countries where they have people upon people, and they are striving. So we need to put our feet down. We have to pay our taxes. The taxes needs to be used for the intended purpose and all of these things. We have to stand up for ourselves, Joseph. We have to do this. The very same ambassador I'm talking about, he talked about Liberia calling, the U.S. their big brother. He said no, that
We are
no,
partners.
yes,
That's how they see us. They see us as partners. They do not
yeah.
see us as a big brother and small brother.
No, where is big brother, small brother? The independence, America got their own. We in the same 200 plus years.
Oh, we reached 200.
When we 200, eh?
We reached 200. Oh,
We are 200, Joseph.
we reached
No,
200.
I'm talking about. I'm
And
talking
looking
about
at the existence.
Yes,
And
yes,
when we
yes. I'm talking about the existence.
Yeah,
We've been
but-
around a long time.
Yeah.
And we stay around 5 million. All right, we're around 5 million. That's where the government have to put their feet down, because there are resources that we can work on. There are resources that we can work on, we can use for our own benefits, but it got some people who are using these same resources for their personal benefit. And then when these things come up, the government should stand up. We should try to fight corruption a bit. A bit. I say a bit because fighting it in totality, I don't know what's going to happen. But at least we should start to do something in the right direction so that we can know what we're doing in this country. We have resources and we're suffering like this. We have resources and people using those resources to benefit themselves. And when they are caught and people raise the flag and say, well, this person is in the net of corruption, this person have done this, action should be taken. People should, the government should stand up and fight this thing. You cannot beat it down to the floor, but at least people should see the effort and they will know what they should do, what is right, and the kind of thing they should not do. You should take action against people in the web of corruption in public offices so that it can serve as deterrent to the other ones who want to find themselves in that same web. But you can't have a corrupt official and then you're not taking action against them. So those who are in a habit of taking the country money, donors are looking at they are reviewing their contracts with you. They are reviewing their partnership, and maybe they might continue, maybe they might not continue. And because of your habit of always trying to take public funds, you'll be putting the government into a situation that would not help. That would not help the country. And mind you, I'm hoping that the president can look into this, because all I know from the time I was little up to now, if a government fails based on some people ineptitude, people will put the blame on
The president.
because he is the face.
Yeah, and
He is the
he has the
face.
power
Yes.
to make changes.
Yes.
So we gave the president the power.
Yes.
To be able to institute
He is
those
the
measures.
face, yes.
But look at recently, the president suspended the CBL governor, Aloysius Talu, and he appointed an acting governor. Aloysius Talu was suspended on grounds that he was implicated into an audit report from the GAC. While under suspension, he resigned. That was confirmed to me by the press secretary, Kula Fofana, after an appointment was made. After an official appointment was made, the president appointed Mr. Henry Samoa as head of the CBL. When he went for confirmation, he said, yes, those officials resign. And when you resign, ahead of your time, you are given your benefits. So now, in the midst of investigation, while an investigation is going on for corrupt practices, the legislature is reviewing these audit reports. Then those people are resigning, leaving their posts. What action is the president taking? What is he looking at? Why will you let those people? I don't know. Why will you let them off? And your intent is to fight corruption. There's this other report on the officials, on some officials at LTA. People have talked about that over and over. Everything remains the same, but you were very much quick in suspending the CBL governor, and now there are reports that you've been able to pay them off. Can you see that? Where is the fight in corruption? What is the commitment to fight against corruption? So those are very, very key issues that sometimes people are sitting looking. Everyone's looking, as Olive said. Everyone is looking. Your decision, fighting corruption is not about what you say. It is about your decision. It's about your strong stance, your commitment to uphold what you believe in as a president. And if those strong stands are taken, you will see there will be changes. But sometimes the way we act towards certain issues, we do not get the result. And if we continue in that line, we'll continue to remain like this as a country. So our guests are already here.
Yeah, our guests here.
So we'll take a few calls on 0777 700 995, 0555 995 995. 8:30, we will take our guests for 30 minutes here to talk about the World Hijab Day. Let's hear you this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph. Thank you. My sister in studio there. Yeah, my brother, listen to you. I think the people simply try to tell that if you live in the community, you got your house, you got your money, you must know how to manage it. Don't depend on your neighbor giving you food. Because when your neighbor keep giving you food, now you don't want to cook again. They will lavish you with the money. So we got to be strong here. When somebody making 15,000, that government make sure and we better that than something. So you giving one man 15,000, 10,000, let it cut it down. So we see how better to stay on our own. But I see what's problem coming here.
Very much serious. Because we just depending. And most of the organizations in Liberia also depending on the foreign aids. You know.
So it's not.
It's not only the government.
So, you know, Mr. Chong can joke. He's talking. They're already boring here talking. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's hear from you. Good morning.
Joseph, good morning.
You're live. Let's hear you.
Let me say good morning to all the citizens and the Excellency President Broker. Someone take about from Broadway, this is something. So let me say sorry to all for the unfortunate situation when it comes to the fire activities. I think it's a warning sound to the government every time because we have to empower somebody entity that call with authority. However, the issue about Donald Trump or the American trying to return and illegal people in our country, for me, I appreciate that highly. It be my father, it be my relative in America. If you are in a poor country, you are not there for the right purpose or you are not there for the proper means and manner. You should come out of your country because there are people who went down there because of schooling. There are people who went there because of common visitation. Someone went there for sickness and other purposes, but yet they fail to acquire or secure the legal document to be in a poor country. So what you can do for yourself, nobody can do it for you. The world is challenged. So if you see the people, you see security implication, job implication, they always had a mindset that yes, our people deserve better. So when you see Donald Trump taking the action, he got the experience, he know what he's doing in his country. And to our government here, those that are coming, if they will come, it's time for us to take precaution and know how we handle them because of they had our own personal problem.
Thank you. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning.
You're live.
Let me say good morning to OS.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, what is Stephenson? And my name is Henry M. Gray. Olive, I stand with you in the time of the difficulties. My empathy on you. At least thank God nothing happened to any of the family. Those things that got destroyed, it is material thing, it will be subsequently refunded. However, let me go straight to the topic. You know, JD, this country like Nigeria, the way it was level itself was funded, on zero plateau. The whole day, free team. So Allah.
We didn't struggle for it.
We struggle for anything. But yeah, people, you see, Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana, those people fought for Ghana independence. Sierra Leone, Sekou Touré, those fought for this country independence. So Allah, once you fight for anything, look, these are some of the things you wish there's too much of you. After if you suffer for anything, you know how to manage it. But if you suffer for anything, you just
okay.
Yeah. So, like for example, right? There's one example, like what Africa said. Yes, partly I want to start agree with him. Because Donald Trump, he is solely for bringing the importance of America back to another country. That's the reason why the minister in my country, America, I wouldn't know two genders.
Okay.
That are funny thing you want.
Thank you. Let's hold you there now. You can't be talking like that.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Joseph.
You are live.
Let me say a prayer. Good morning to all. My name is Prince Nascimento Goto, and I do join the conversation from Carwell this morning. Joseph, let me appreciate you guys for the work you do for the nation. You see, it's quite frustrating to hear that 1,500 of our citizens stand to be, deported to the country. You see, in this world now, the patrol in Brazil now find ourselves in. I think our leader need to put on the garment of fairness and try to develop the country and try to use our resources in an appropriate way so that Liberians should be appreciated in their home when they want to live in their home. The reason why I see people going out there and coming back to Liberia is because, Joseph, the difficulty in this country is to extend that, sometimes young people can be frustrated and try to do something in the contrary. So if everything should have been put into place in an appropriate way.
Yeah, we understand all of that, but going over there illegally is at your own risk as well. What if you are deported? I don't know. You don't think about that,
Yeah, Joseph, you will think about that, but the reason is that if you go there illegally, to go through the process, you'll be afraid to go through because you know that when you go to America, if you don't get the appropriate people, you'll be afraid to go and run through all that thing. So
let's continue to do the right thing. Let's promote doing the right thing. You get mad because things are difficult, then you committing crime. Going there illegally is a crime.
Granted, but that you have the caveat our leader to put our resources into use.
Okay.
I think that would be the better problem for the country.
Thank you very much. Let's take two more, then we go to our guests who are here. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning, Joseph, and good morning to Olive, and good morning to the many listeners of OKFM. I join you from the nation's capital, testimony practice. Straight to under deportees or returnees. They can't be returnees, they are deportees. So listen, Olive, even churches and mosques are also culpable to deportation. Do you know what? You will be aware that there are people who live on a church and follow mosques who go to America for program. 2 weeks, 1 month. And they are aware that those people did not return. What you should do as a Christian institution is to write the American embassy informing them that these people left from here and they were to come out of the night and now return. So let America put it on record. As any church or mosque that have ever done that before in this country, they all contributed to that, so the boys are going to relax.
Okay.
If you check out that already, all the time the boys you go when you're every day go there.
My man.
Yes, contributed to that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's hold you there and take the last one. Good morning.
Good morning, Joseph Daniel, Stephenson.
Let's hear you, please.
Yeah, my name is Maurice. I say, and I do join you from West Point. Let me say thank you for the job you continue to do. You see, my brother, the point is that everybody is looking for greener pasture. And you know that if our country is on a right trajectory developmentally, nobody wants to leave this country to go anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? The other country, they don't want you to go to America, they don't want to go other places, they prefer that country because at least in that country they can survive. But many young people now will never be well. In entire Africa, they do believe that staying in a country and they get old is a means of getting poor. You know what I'm saying? So we already used to have in fact, all of me, people prefer that when you go to America, they get my opportunity to go to America, you may think you're in jail and they will free the American citizen. Let people go. Just go make 10 years in jail. They prefer going.
You just go there and spend 10 years. After 10 years, you get your status.
Okay, green card. Then lastly, my brother, one of the disappointing things I got in America is that when it comes to the issue of putting stuff to the international aid, there are other countries that are exempted. If you go to the list, you'll see other countries do your research.
No, it is based on special humanitarian needs. It's not by country. It's on special humanitarian needs. That's where the exemption comes in.
Yeah, so but look at Liberia and Egypt now. Liberia and Egypt, which country you see that really need help right now? Egypt is far ahead of Liberia, but right now Egypt is exempted. So I think with the level of relationship between oil and Liberia from the day we were born as a nation, I think Liberia is going to be exempted.
All right.
Because of the casual relationship, the personal relationship we have, but we're not part of it. I think it's disappointing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. You are our last caller. We're going to take any more. Let's go strictly to the conversation. This morning we talk about World Hijab Day, which is on February 1. It's a global event that recognizes and celebrates the choices of millions of Muslim women to wear the hijab. This day aims to promote understanding, tolerance, and awareness about the significance of hijab while challenging stereotypes and misconceptions about this hijab issue. Now, to talk more about that, we have the Liberia Muslim Women Network. I have with me Aminata Jabate. She is the head of publicity, and also I have Vamuya Fofana, the advisor to that group, with me this morning. Good morning. Let's start with you, Vamuya. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you. My name is Vamuya Fofana. Like we said, an advisor as well.
Okay, let's hear you, Aminata.
Yeah, good morning. Aminata S. Jabate, Liberia Muslim Women Network.
Okay, it is good to have you here this morning. So, for me, I'd like to start the conversation with you, Aminata, because they say the one who wears the shoes knows how they feel, about that particular shoe. We'll come to talk about the World Hijab Day, but let's start on a personal note. Can you tell us what the hijab means to you personally?
Well, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to my Muslim brothers and sisters out there, and peace unto our non-Muslim friends out there. Thank you so much for the opportunity this morning.
So that what you do to our honor.
Yeah, because you
I've
are very
already
low.
said it. I said peace unto you guys. That is meaning there.
Oh, okay.
Peace and
That's the
blessing
meaning.
upon you.
So,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, thank you. Personally, hijab is my identity.
Okay.
I feel very proud wearing it, and I feel secure. It's like a protection to me and a proud, and also like a shield too.
Okay. When did you start wearing it, and what inspired you, or from your breath after when you were a kid? Did you start wearing it from that age?
No, I started wearing a hijab 2015 after the first World Hijab Day.
Okay.
So the war hijab, they started in 2015.
2015.
Okay.
So what inspired that? What brought about War Hijab Day?
Okay, thank you so much for the question. War hijab came about from our sisters called Namsankai in the United States of America because of 9/11, what's happened there. And so many things happened, negatively towards the Muslims, right? Especially the women. They was victimized because of their hijab. Because other people will get into their dress form and go and commit crime. So because of this, they were marginalized, and some of them were even kicking out of their job because of the hijab. So people going to work, people going to school, asking them to take out their hijab because of that incident. And she thought it was that somebody have to stand for something. Somebody have to be the cause of something. This cannot continue because America as a nation, it belongs to everybody. And because of her tireless efforts and her sacrifice, today 150 plus countries celebrate this day. So because of her sacrifice, we are admiring ourselves today in the hijab, because sometimes back, some of us was not allowed to enter in a school with a hijab. But because of this, we are proudly taking our identification card in hijab now, going to the National Election Commission, taking our voter registration cards. It means a bonus to us. So we thankful to Namsan Khan and giving us the opportunity to give ourselves a chance to honor the commandment of Allah. Because for me, like I said, I was not an hijabi.
And you started wearing hijab in 2015.
2015.
Now, positively and negatively, how has it impacted your life?
Well, first of all, hijab is something, before you get into anything, you have to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to study, know why, and what you stand to gain from that thing, right? First of all, I always had a perception that people wear hijab because when they are married, their husband, they want to instruct them to wear it. Until this day, I had the opportunity to do research. And I realized that it was actually a commandment from God, addressing the believing women, not only Muslims, right? Be a Christian or Muslim, we're supposed to dress modestly. Because if I can remember, the Christian can say our body is the temple of God, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So as much we're supposed to protect ourselves. And for me personally, wearing a hijab, I feel free. Because I don't have to wear something to get in the street. I don't fully wear that. They did not fit me. But then I try to stretch it so kind of way that I feel like when I stretch it and then it will fit me. It doesn't work that way. So when I wear my hijab, I feel secure. I don't touch it until I return back to my house. So I feel very pleased about it. And wearing a hijab, it doesn't mean that I should just cover my hair. Mm-hmm. It made me to understand that wearing a hijab should go in line with my way of talking to people, how I should respond to people, how to respect other people from whatever background they come from. Right? I have to respect them for who they are. I have to work in line with my hijab. So positively, I have gained and understand those things.
On a negative side?
On a negative, no, I have not experienced anything like that. Like I said before wearing a hijab, when we wear a hijab, when they see us coming in the streets, sometimes they refer to us as bukumen. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they
so you are mocked.
Sometimes they bully us. Sometimes we are addressed as ninja. You understand me? As Boko Haram. But as time passes by the perception, because of the liberal Muslim women that were getting in this war hijab process, is something that we're not experiencing it like before.
Okay, so the hijab, I've seen some of it maybe just short. It doesn't matter the length, right? Because I've seen some too with the face cover and all of this. Is it the same as the hijab we were talking about?
The hijab are various.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You consider this as a hijab.
Yeah. Cover.
The headscarf, you consider it as a hijab. The one from head to toes all the way to the face, we call that as niqab. That is niqab. Where you see our sisters, their feet, everything is covered with the socks, and then only the hands like this, and the eyes smaller than you see.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, that is niqab. You understand me? And then, like I said, in left, everything you do in left, you got to start from somewhere. You understand me? People are wearing that the one are covering the face. We consider them to have the highest of faith, right? They have gone certain level in their faith now. They have to accept that. So gradually, we want to get there too.
Okay. Let's come to Vamuya. Let's bring it in the conversation. You are a male, but you work with the Liberia Muslim Women Network. What inspired you to work with these women, and why do you think it is important for Muslim women to get engaged or get involved with wearing the hijab?
In the name of Allah, the most gracious and most merciful. Okay, thank you for that questions. 2015, when the war hijab started, okay, for us, we have some ideas when it comes to the Islamic perspective. All right, so there are a lot of things that we consider as a responsibility that we need to do so that they can be free in doing their work, because we call that empowerment. So based on that aspect, we have to be there to protect them. And the aspect of protections, if I don't come to protect them, who's going to protect them? To guide them, to put them on the path that they want to be on. All right? Because this is a commandment from Allah in the Quran that we should protect them as well. Men are the protectors to those women. It doesn't necessarily have to be your wife, your mother, but whosoever that believe in the Almighty God, we have to protect them. So we came around to serve as some ways forerunner. There are places, there are things they will not do. Obviously, we also will get involved to do it. Let's say, for example, they are having like publicity around the principal streets of Monrovia. Okay, not everything they will do. Okay, you not see them doing rough driving and other stuff like that. Okay, there are some work, we have to get involved. When we are there, that alone motivate them. It gives them the strength. They see their own, passion, their power they have. So that is the reason why we are with them as well.
Okay. And tomorrow you'll be celebrating World Hijab Day.
Yeah.
Why is this so important?
Yeah, like she said, it's a commandment of Allah. The Almighty God said to his prophet. The first thing he's talking about, when we talk about hijab, it means physically we see the covered. But the spiritual aspect has to do with your behavior, your character. Okay? So
the question is, why is the day important? I'm not talking about why is the hijab important.
Okay.
You've talked about that already.
Celebration.
Why is the day? Why should we have a day?
Yeah.
Why is it important to have a day for hijab?
Because February 1st was identified to showcase the importance of the hijab. That is, those non-Muslim or whosoever who do not believe in Islam should experience it. Then they will know the kind of person we are. If you experience the hijab for a day or a second, and then you will be asked, how do you feel? Okay? You will exactly say how you feel. If it is okay, then it means that you will be encouraged to continue. Because why? You have to preserve your pride, your dignity, your honor in society. You can tell me you will come to work with exposing all of your parts, like we talk about your abdomen, your boson, like that. It means that your intention of coming to work is not the work.
To do something different.
It's another thing. Okay. So with the hijab, if she wear clothes like this, who would say, okay, let me come and see this lady because she looks attractive? It will be difficult because her body is not exposed. You getting the point? Her body is not exposed. So it is important because the lady Nasma Khan started and she launched it on that same February 1st. That's why everywhere around the world, they celebrate the World Hijab on February 1st.
Okay, talking about experiencing the hijab. So as a non-Muslim, so when for example, I'm attending that program, what is it that I'm going to experience? What's going to happen?
Okay. When you attend the program, because we are inviting some non-Muslims as well, they already approved that they will be there. Okay, we're going to explain the importance of the hijab, and we do the action of the hijab. That is, you put it on you. Oh. Yeah. And some people, I know a lady who, she's not a Muslim, but her dress code is...
She can wear that.
She's always in that. You never see her wear the tight stuff, sleeveless blouses and all that outside, except in her house. Okay? She says she loves it so much. She says she believes it's not just restricted to Muslim.
Modest way of dressing.
Yeah. Okay. She just want to be her own self. She don't want to be exposing her body and other stuff. Okay? What kind of feeling that she got that makes her to do such a thing? All right? But for ours, we tell you that it is a religious, commandment that we are obeying because of the religious aspect.
Okay.
All right?
Let me get back to Aminata. You talked about, the kind of, in part, the some people would likely mock you or mock those who wear hijab, sometimes bully you. How do you deal with that? How will you share your experience? Because others may not want to wear hijab because they don't want to go through maybe what you've gone through. How have you been able to deal with that? And how do you deal with that daily?
Well, thank you very much. You know, you cannot combat war with war. Somebody bring war to you, you return with peace. You understand me? And my religion, we consider ourselves very tolerant because Islam alone means peace. So if I'm wearing a hijab, like I said earlier, wearing a hijab taught me lesson to be modest and also to be moderate. So if I see you that my dress code giving you a hard time, I should find means to get under your sleeve to make you to understand why I'm doing this. And over the time, even at the time I was in school, and I was able to do that. That someday, fast month, if people that form myself a month in the school, fast month they can wear hijab, they come to school because of my business. So I really admire that about them. If I want you to be good, I don't have to be in violent way. I don't have to do it violently. For some reason, I need to make you to understand why I'm doing this. Because if you understand from my perspective, and you really say, I want to be with this person, then of course you have to accept me for who I am. You understand me? So bullying me, it almost like was straight. I was gaining my strength from it. It was something like I don't have to give up. So that alone carried me through up to now.
That's great. I think a lot of people can learn from that. And ignoring comments, have you used that as well?
Sure.
Okay.
Let me just add up to what you just said on the aspect of bullying and other stuff like that. But I think those things has cooled down already.
Okay.
I remember a few years back, okay, our sisters and brothers, mothers, they used to go to the hospitals with their hijab. Indirectly, they used to be insulted. Okay, during the period of the voter registration, they used to demand them to remove the hijab. Okay, it's brought some commotion.
For what, to take the picture?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in other university, even in UL at the time, when you see them passing with the hijab, student life now, they will say things. I attended EMA, graduated from there as well. When I started, I was in EMA 2013, 14, like that. I used to go there also with gown, and the sister used to go there with a gown. I had some guys, they used to provoke us, but later on, we became best friends, okay? So these are things that have been happening, all right? There's an institution called NAMSA. They fight, okay, that aspect when it comes to the registration aspect, to give the right of our mothers. Because somebody who used to this, they're not used to removing, when you tell them to remove it, it's like a taboo. You tell them to remove their clothes on them. Okay? It's something that is not just possible. So at the end of the day, they understand. The only thing, if you go to passport department, they will tell you to do, if the hijab is already on, they say show your forehead and that of your ear. It's okay.
Okay. Now, most of these misconception about Muslim being terrorists, like Aminata was referencing the issue of 9/11. Most of them come from some of those groups, those extremists who claim to be Muslims, who believe that they should carry out violence to, ensure that they force people to do the will of God, what God wants them to do. We've seen groups like the Boko Haram, Al Qaeda, and other. What's the difference? What are the groups doing that God does not sanction within the Quran? Then from what Muslims supposed to do?
Okay, to that aspect, everybody have their own intention. You see, the Arab itself is a tribe by itself. So you find out that in Arab, they have Christian, they have pagan, they have Hindus. All religions are part of it. But their tradition, generally, they wear gown, they wear their kufi on their heads, So their motive, those of them that are wicked in that manner, how do they call God is Allah? Right? In Arabic, whether you are Christian or you are pagan. So if they ready to do something, they say Allah, the media has considered to be Muslim because the Muslim subscribe to Arabic. And you understand it. They used to use that opportunity to use this to go and commit crime only in the name that when people see them, they will say that they're Muslim. But the Quran tells us that anyone who take a single soul, it is as if you are taking the soul of the entire mankind. So imagine the sin how it will be. Similarly, if you guard one person, just a single soul, you win that soul, it is as if you have won the entire world. So that's how the blessing is going to be. So Islam did not tell you to take someone's life, to commit crime. Islam is against crime. And so do other religions as well. So people are doing these things based on many reasons. Some are political reasons, some are their own selfish reasons, some are different reasons. So that's why many people ask these kind of questions. Why this is happening? How can this happen? How can this happen? But Islam, it means total submission to the word of God.
Okay, let me come back to Aminata. In 2022, Nahila Benzina, she's from Morocco. She made history by being the first athlete, football player to wear hijab. It was in 2023 actually, during the Women Female World Cup. She wore a hijab, then it made history. And in your own view, someone who believes in wearing hijab, what does that mean for young people who are Muslims or non-Muslim, or who don't believe in wearing hijab, or believe that maybe I'm a musician, or I'm an athlete, so I'm not supposed to wear hijab?
Thank you. You see, what my brother just said, everything you want to do, you have to understand what you're doing. Why you doing it? What you stand to gain from it. You understanding me? Now, I consider myself an hijabi now. I'm a graduate now. I pray that wherever life takes me, the people should accept me for who I am. You understand? Like for instance, I want to come and work to OKFM. I come and apply. I come for my interview. My interview is successful. My first question is, I'm a hijabi. Will you accept my hijab in the institution? If yes, I will work to the best of my ability. And wherever you see me, I'm going to represent the institution in my hijab. It can be anywhere. So my faith comes first. Right? Whatever I'm doing, my faith has to come first. So not because of maybe I want to gain social view or social recognition, then because I'm going to represent OKFM out there, then somebody say, well, you're going to OK, right? Okay. But because of the short period of time, you're going to just be there for 30 minutes, can you please remove your hijab? For the fact that representing OK, accept my hijab, or like I'm going to go there with my hijab. That alone, let OK be the one and tell me no, she will not go there. But no one can stop me from representing OKFM without my hijab. So going to wherever popular places, my hijab have to be there. Because I'm not doing it for show. I'm not doing it to please creation. I'm doing it to please my creator. So whatever I'm doing in that process, I feel proud to do it.
Okay, now let's talk about the day tomorrow.
All right. So
What will be happening tomorrow in commemoration of World Hijab Day here in Liberia?
yeah, we've been trying to make a lot of publicity around, calling people who, don't hear the information yet, and we decided that tomorrow 8 o'clock, all of the Muslim brothers and sisters, and even the non-Muslims, we should all converge at the National Muslim Council headquarters on the Oru, because all along we've been having a central moral here. We also decentralized it before. We used to go in the rural area, Bikana, Cape Mount, Bomi, Maryland as well, Grand Gila, like that. Okay, and we decided that we should take the other side of Maserati, which is Oro side. So when we converse at Oro by 8 o'clock, the parade will start from there because we're marching from Oro as far as VP Road, taking the Catholic Junction area, getting on the boulevard, and then we coming towards Fish Market. Now the event, the indoor event will be at Fish Market Mux, all right, and that which will commence by 12 o'clock tomorrow. But the parade will start 8 o'clock. So we encourage students from various schools, okay, organizations, okay, and other members who are not part of any of those activities as well.
Okay. Will you be giving out hijabs?
Yeah. Yes. Hijab will be given to those who want it, especially our non-Muslims.
Okay.
All right. You know, sometimes they themselves they love the headscarf. All right. They like it because some offices recommend those things. I remembered, okay, in Ghana, some of the major, there's a governmental area, most of their workers wear, you know, those headscarf in the hospitals, sometimes in the bank, you know, they covered up as well.
That's great.
Yeah.
Aleph, is there anything we can
So we can take calls.
Let's take a few
Let's-
calls. We have
coming from my hijab.
Aminata Jabate and Vamoya Fofana, both from the Liberia Muslim Women Network. We're discussing this morning the hijab awareness, as tomorrow will be World Hijab Day and it will be celebrated in Liberia here as well. I'm Joseph Daniels here along with Olive Stephenson. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're live. Let's hear you, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, big brother Chukwan.
This is Joseph.
Joseph.
Joseph here talking to you, not Choko.
Okay, thank you. But however it be, let us try to take this time to say good morning to my big sister in studio and that big brother from here, Assalamu alaikum, Islamically. This program is a very faithful program in Islam, and we are urging all Muslims and that of non-Muslims, even my friend Blessing Nemla who works at OKSM. I'm taking this time to invite her tomorrow, and if she will, I can bring her hijab, or not fully a hijab or a makeup, and for her to be fully there as the Arab woman.
Well, they say she wear nikah. I want to see her now.
Yes, I think my friend Blessing is taking me, so she is fully invited. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's take another one. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, let's hear you.
This is Emmanuel Dumbot, and I call you from Bon County this morning.
Emmanuel, let's hear you.
I listened to your studio get well.
Okay.
She made mention.
Are you listening to the?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm monitoring you by internet.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
listened to your studio guest. She did mention about going to taking this National Election Commission ID card, and they tell her or him or whosoever to take a hijab off, and the person is offended by it. Knowing for the way you will not take those sensitive ID card with hijab on, and they try to defy the authority by when the hijab so they cannot take the ID card. If you enter the bank sector and you have a face cap, they will ask you to remove the face cap because they can only do transaction with a face to face. Will you use the hijab in that process? That's what they're trying to tell us? Or they're trying to make another law in another law?
Okay.
I'm trying to hear from them.
They are listening. They will respond to you. Okay. Let's hear you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to President Famuya Fofana and my sister Aminata Jabate.
You're listening.
Thanks to you guys for the awareness. I think it is a good thing. My name is Asada Tukle, by the way. I think it's a good thing that we reach out and do awareness. I'm one thing that is not a hijabi yet, So inshallah, I'm praying that very soon, my faith reach their level to be able to take on the hijab.
Like yearly awareness going to.
So, yeah, so obviously it is for us. But to address the previous caller that just spoke, I think he's getting it all wrong. Liberia is also a party to many of these international, organizations and things, right? Even when you play in a DV, for instance, that is internationally accepted. You see that you are not required to take off the hijab, right? So the same goes for the National Election Commission here. During the election, the electoral process, like my sister said, our mothers were asked to take off the hijab. But when we spoke about it, they were accepted at some point. That means we were not going against any law. He also talked about the banking center, the banking sector. The hijab is not meant, the niqab is different, that is meant to cover your face. But even at that, there are requirements. There are processes that you have to follow.
Okay.
So you can't compare that we are trying to introduce new law. I think this is why the hijab day, the World Hijab Day is very important, to educate people and tell them that, okay, this is not what it is. Your perception is not a reality, and to educate people like him that, okay, this is what the hijab is actually is. Like they say, it's not just about the scarf on your head. It's about your attitude. It's about being patient and educate people, which of course I'm sure the team will be waiting to do tomorrow. I hope he will be able to attend and just get some education so people like him can also be able to educate people like him.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, Joseph, and let me say good morning to your studio guests.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Thank you. This is Zach F. Bemo, and I call from Upper Cardwell. Let me say thanks to your studio guests. But I listen to them inviting even non-Muslims for this World Hijab Day, and they are saying they will even be distributing hijab to those, especially non-Muslim, that will go there. Apparently, they may have talked about this, but I'm sorry if it is something that they talk about. What is really the essence of the use of hijab, especially by the non-Muslim, for which they even want to give that hijab?
Okay.
Thank you for explaining it.
Okay.
Let me take this one.
Yes.
Go ahead, please. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My heart is just melting this morning, hearing the voices of two young Muslim, our Muslim brother and sisters. You see, I want to see a Liberia.
Call your name. I know your name, but the point know your name. Call your name.
Everybody here.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to see a Liberia where there will be religious tolerance, respecting people. And one of the things she said that touched me was that the hijab is not just because you want to wear it. It's about how you respect other people regardless of their tribe, religion, or wherever they're from. I think the time has come that we'll be respectful of one another. And I just appreciate them. I pray that their program tomorrow be very successful.
Amen.
This is the kind of a Liberia we want to find ourselves in, where we respect one another, regardless of you being a Muslim, being a Christian. Let's just have that space that we can respect one another and move on in peace. I want to say, hats off to them. Congratulations to you, and I wish you all of the best tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, let's take two more and go back to our guests. Let's hear you. Hello? Oh, you're on the line. I don't know why we're not hearing you, but let's take it from this side. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's hear you, please.
Yeah, again, you're a tough time to go through.
And I see where other people
Congratulations
waiting now.
I'm Brother Muhammad from Amagashi.
Okay, let's hear you, please.
I have two concerns. The first concern had to do with the question was posted to a sister concerning what type of hijab and whether hijab should stop. I will advance my sister in the launching program tomorrow. We got Indian dress codes and that of nikah or hijab. What is Indian dress code? Where you wear a mini skirt or dress very tight, then you put shirt under it to cover your muscles. Therefore, then you put short hair tie on your hair. That's not Islamic dress code. That is not Islamic dress code. That is an Indian dress code. That dress cooking from India. Now, addressing the second area, I heard you asking what is your concern, the Boko Haram, the terrorists, the phantom necklace. You know, my brother, let me be very frank to you. The media is doing a lot. That is positive, that is negative. The media, the world media, the news, both going to tarnish the good reputation of Islam faith. When you go deep down to dictionary, encyclopedia, the divine this war, they are now negative war. But the media feel it to be negative war.
Which word now?
Yeah, like one, fundamentalist. Two, extremist. These war are something that if you are like you now, you are a journalist. You are a fundamentalist journalist. You should specialize in journalism. But point is a negative way to say I'm a fundamentalist Muslim. You should be a committed Muslim. When come to terrorists, terrorist doesn't mean Islam. Once we put fear in people, when Israel have become terrorists against Palestine, when they put fear in them, the killing and the displacing them on their own there. When the Ebola crisis came here, those who brought it were terrorists against us.
Somebody brought Ebola.
Yes! You know, Ebola came for 2 different entrances.
Yeah, but
listen, my brother, I beg you.
Yeah, but we can't.
You are a journalist.
Yeah, but
he know that.
You are not a journalist.
All right.
But I want to tell you the word terrorism is one who puts strong fear into
Thank you. I have to hold you there. We don't have time. Thank you very much. All right, thank you. We don't have time. We can't continue going there. Let's go back to our guest. You listen to the caller. Just respond quickly.
Someone asking questions on what is the significance of the hijab? I think so.
Okay, let me just take this person, Joseph.
Okay.
So go ahead. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm wonderful this morning as well. So I would just like to say salam alaikum to my brother and my sister in studio. My name is Roland Siddiq Kamara. I call you from the Bushra Island in Claratown. So basically, the War Hijab Day, like our colleagues have already said in studio, it's a very wonderful event that is meant to create awareness about the wearing of the hijab and the essence of the hijab itself. I listened to one of your callers. He was asking, what is the essence of the hijab?
Okay.
The hijab, the covering, which is one part of the hijab, is a mandate, is a commandment from God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and earth, that Muslims women or women from all walks of life, all over the world, are mandated to cover themselves, are encouraged to cover themselves as part of making sure that their modesty, their humanity, their chastity, their piety is preserved. For example, if you were to go on the road and see a woman who is just, loosely dressed up, and you see another
wow. You got to shift a bit. You coming in broken.
Is it better now?
Yeah, better. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was just giving a small analogy between the Christian nuns that we normally see them. When you see them, they well dressed up. The Catholic sisters, for example, nicely dressed up. So that's the kind of dress code that we are encouraging our Muslim brothers and our Muslim sisters, and even the non-Muslims to kind of like encourage, because it's a modest dress code. So the War Hijab Day tomorrow is meant to address all the other little issues surrounding the misconceptions and distortions about the wearing of the hijab, because some people believe that the hijab is oppression. Some people think that the hijab is oppression. So tomorrow, that platform creates an opportunity for Muslims and non-Muslims alike to come to understand and to also experience the hijab. Like the colleague in studio was saying that they'll be giving out hijab. Yes, some hijabs will be available for non-Muslims as well. There are non-Muslims who like to tie their head, who like to dress modestly. They are not Muslims, but they think that that's the correct way to live in society. They think that kind of dress code conforms to morality.
Okay.
And this is what our Christian brothers, our Christian sisters also do. So it's a very big occasion, and like one of your callers said, we should try to embrace the aspect of religious tolerance in this country. We're all here.
Okay.
In one country. We're not going anywhere anymore. We're Muslims, we're brothers. Let's embrace each other and work together. So tomorrow, please join us for the War Hijab Day program. And thank you so much for the opportunity.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
as
you
well.
so kindly.
Just quickly, we don't have time again.
Yeah. Someone said that we were like trying to change the laws. Not that we are trying to change the laws. We're just trying to, give clarity on things that we experience. Okay. And like I said in my discussion, I said it has reduced because the people understand it. It's not possible for me to be a single person that will go back and change the entire constitution of our nation. It's not possible. All right? if there is amendment, there are procedures, there are process I have to pass through. But we cannot change it. We're only trying to say, okay, we are encouraging our mothers, our sisters, who are like, scheming on themselves, let me say so, to do the right thing. If you want to do the right thing, do the right thing. Like the guy were asking, he said, what about those who can wear the hijab? Well, the intention of everyone belongs to him. All right? But if I encourage you to wear the hijab, continue. Don't be like a hypocrite. You want to do this, you want to do this. Stand for one thing. Go for it. And if you are encouraged, continue. Now everybody can start the same day. That's something will inspire somebody.
It's a decision that you have to take.
Exactly. If you remember that it is a commandment of God, you're ready now to serve God in totality, then go by the obedience of God. Everything that He said, do it. So we cannot force people to take the hijab. No. All right? The same oppression we're trying to fight against, it will also be like an oppressor now. Like she said, she was thinking at the beginning that when you take hijab, you got to be a married person. No, it's not. Okay? Maybe when you take in niqab, you got to be a married person. Because that is your decision that you want to take.
But the one covering the whole face,
yeah,
right?
the entire body.
Okay.
Because that one, you can see there is a big gap between this and this. What they will do, the other people will not do it like that. Remember, our society is not 100% Islamic. So they will not be free to go certain places where those other people can go.
Okay, so let's end up with Aminata. But before you come, Aminata, somebody asked this question on our live Facebook page. It's S. Aloysius Campbell. He says, what becomes of our Muslim sisters who don't like to wear hijab and are not dressing modestly? And what are they doing to encourage them to wear hijab? Will our sister in studio like to cover her entire body to hide her beauty? So that is the question. You can just add up to your response.
Well, thank you very much. As you can see, I'm already beautiful. You don't have to say or I don't have to tell you. On my hijab, like my sisters, they're out there. You have to start from somewhere. We encourage our sisters tomorrow to come to the program. Maybe tomorrow could be the first day of their wearing a hijab. Like I said earlier, for me, I started wearing my hijab 2015, right after World Hijab Day. So I think it will happen for
10 years now.
Okay. So I think it can happen to somebody out there. And covering the face, when we should have faith, I'm going to do that. Because like I said, that's the highest level of faith. Right? So our sisters out there, not because you're not wearing hijab, we don't want to identify with you. No. You always part of us. Because I was once like you. So if I'm wearing hijab today, it's because of the grace of God. But you have to make that decision. Right? Because it is said, God help those who help themselves. Right? So you have to make that decision. So come tomorrow with us and come and see and celebrate this day with us.
Okay, so that is it. Thank you guys for coming this morning to join us on the show.
I would like to add something.
Yeah, please.
We thank you very much for the opportunity. I hope this continue in the future. We have a package and we have a T-shirt for this program. Right? There are people out there that want to be part of the organization, but I want to make it clear that this organization is quite different from World Hijab Day. Even though Liberal Muslim Women Network is responsible for organizing World Hijab Day, but it is not World Hijab. I mean, Liberal Muslim Women is now the property of World Hijab Day. Anybody can participate, right? So all you need to do to come tomorrow, if you want a T-shirt, we'll leave our numbers here, and you can follow us on Facebook by searching Liberal Muslim Women Network.
Is it free?
No, the package is for $35. We have the bag. We have one T-shirt in there. We have hot water bottle in there. We have mirror, which you can use for key holder. Okay. Right? And the T-shirt is sold for $10. The T-shirt is quite different from the members T-shirt because on the members T-shirt you will find Liberal Muslim Women Network. Okay. People are coming to come participate with us. The T-shirt is written on it as support World Hijab Day. Okay. So please, the contact number are 0770 426780. 0886-426780. So thank you once again for the opportunity.
Thank you. Aminata Jabate, head of publicity at the Liberia Muslim Women Network, and also we've been having with us Vamuya Fufana and Evasa. Thank you. We hope to have another conversation like this, and wishing you all a happy hijab
Thank
day.
you. I wish you would be there.
Let's take this break with this music. I think we just need to. Okay.
The month of peace,
Ya Ramadan,
Ash-Shahru,
Ramadan,
the month of peace is here, and I wish you well. The month of peace,
Ya Ramadan,
Ash-Shahru,
Ramadan,
the month of peace is here, and I wish you well.
Marhaban ya Ramadan, Shahrul Mubarak, Shahrul Quran, Ashukru Lillah. We welcome you Ramadan, thank you for coming again. Please stay with us, don't go so soon. We love you ya Ramadan,
The month of peace,
Ya Ramadan,
Ash-Shahru,
Ramadan,
the month of peace is here, and I wish you well. The month of peace,
Ya Ramadan,
Ash-Shahru,
Ramadan,
the month of peace is here, and I wish you well. Your beginning is mercy,
Ramadan.
your middle is forgiveness,
Ramadan.
and your ending is freedom from Jahannam.
Ya Allah, Ya Rabbina,
Ya Hakim, Ya Qayyum,
Ya Mu'min, Ya Mu'aymin. Please grant us change in this holy month.
Okay, this is the OK Morning Rush. Shortly, we'll connect with T1OK to talk about some human rights issues. He is the head of the Foundation for Human Rights Defense. Fort, we join him on the line to talk about human rights issues and talk more about some Nimba County politics and others here on the OK Morning Rush on OKFM 99.5. But until then, let's take our one-way ticket to Monrovia here on the show this morning. Okay.
Hello? May I have a one-way ticket to Monrovia, please? Yes. Cash? No. No. Thank you.
I've been here 30 long years. All my children born here. I've had a mighty good life. God bless the U.S. of A. I saw my car. I saw my house. I got me plenty of change. I'll be big shot. I'll do good radar. I will live like a queen. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. That's all I need. I made up my mind. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. That's all I need. I made up my mind. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. I thank my Lord, the God of peace.
Let me just bring you this quickly. This was posted by Henry P. Costa just in an hour. He says, last night was a truly unforgettable reunion with my uncle, President Joseph N. Boakai. Our reconciliation meeting, which lasted almost 2 hours, was a heartfelt and solemn experience that I will cherish forever. As we sat together, sharing stories and laughter, my uncle's trademark humor shone through. At one point, he quipped when the prodigal son returns home, "It is the cow that suffers because it is slaughtered for the feast." His words, though are laced with humor, held a deeper truth about the sacrifices made for the sake of love and family. This reunion wouldn't have been possible without the tireless effort of some very special people. To those who fought for this moment to happen, I extend my deepest gratitude. Your love, support, and perseverance have brought healing and restoration to a one cherished relationship. As I reflect on this experience, I'm reminded that forgiveness, understanding, and love can conquer even the widest of divides. I'm grateful for a second chance to reconnect with my uncle and to strengthen our bond. May God bless us all and make our country prosperous and great. Herren Pedro Costa has reunited with President Joseph Boakai. He is now the prodigal son, returning home to his uncle after some very, very, very heated, some very heated problems during the campaign, which saw him disclose everything they share was placed outside, and he went on to support President George Weah in the election. But Henry P. Costa is saying he has reunited with President Joseph Boakai. Politicians, be mindful of them. We're still trying to connect with T. Wanoke, but we're not getting through. If we cannot get him, we will be able to do something else this morning.
One way ticket to Monrovia.
So Henry Costa said President Boakai told him, when the prodigal son returns home, it is a cow that suffers because it is slaughtered for the feast.
Then you get me, the policeman. March me from Bella to Pole. Take me to the
You see, anything is possible in politics.
right near my Papa John. I say one way ticket to Monrovia. One way ticket to Monrovia. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. One way ticket to Monrovia. That's all I need. I made up my mind. One way ticket to Monrovia. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. I pay your money. One way ticket to Monrovia. 'Cause I'm never coming back. I made up coming back. One way ticket to Monrovia. Give me one way ticket to Monrovia. I pay your money. One way ticket to Monrovia. 'Cause I'm never coming back.
Trump saying giving you a one-way ticket. You need to worry about buying ticket. If you know he didn't enter the U.S. Legally, don't worry about ticket. Okay, welcome back to the show. We cannot get Tobert Wonoke for now. We don't know what is going on. But I just read you this. We've been seeing a lot of reactions. Let me get to it quickly. So we cannot get him. So let's just talk something else. So now I just read this from Henry Pedro Costa, once ally of President Joseph Boakai, and now the prodigal son too, President Joseph Boakai. Wow. Politicians, Olive, what do you make of that reunion?
So
did you see it coming?
I've been looking forward to it because that's something that has been in the open. He has been trying his way, you know. Sometimes there are misunderstandings. There are some things that you do to somebody and you feel within yourself that you should apologize to the person. It doesn't matter whether the person is a president, maybe, you know, as an older person, or even maybe your colleague. There are sometimes you spill out things, you know, whether it's true or it's not true or stuff, you spill it out. But being that you're close to this person, it has the propensity to break the person down, you know, and you realize as a person, well, I should go back. Let's forget about all the things that come with it. Maybe when you get connected to the president again, things will start to happen and all of these things. But the first step is apology. And it takes a very strong heart to, you know, to forgive whatever has happened. We listen to all of the things that were said, you know, against the now presidents from the angle of Henry Costa. So it takes a very strong heart to forgive certain acts. And it also takes somebody who, I believe, I don't want to speak for any other person. I believe that someone who is remorseful, because if you've done that and you come in the open and talk about it, well, you apologize and you even describe yourself as a prodigal son.
No, it was President Boakai who described him as a prodigal son. So when the prodigal son, you know, return home, you know, the cow will feed away because it will be slaughtered for the feast. So which means there will be celebration for Henry Costa's return.
Yes.
So he was quoting,
but taking upon himself, Joseph, to apologize. I don't know for what gains or whatever, but to take upon himself to apologize for things that he said, you know, about the now presidents. I want to applaud that first. I don't know the intent of why he did it, but I want to applaud that first, because it takes a man to apologize. Some people will say, well, let's leave it like that. What's that? What for?
And
yes.
This was posted just in an hour.
Yes, in an hour.
It has received about 3,000 comments, more than 2,700 reactions, and more than 298 shares.
I think that was in the explanation that he said men can't talk.
Yes,
that
he made a lot of claims about
so much, and then brazen himself to step up to the plate, you know, and try to apologize to the president, and in the open, not something that he went creeping and did it, and just, even though we were going to come up, but he himself took upon himself and then talk about it, put it in the open. And I also read something from Samuel Jackson. My phone is not close by. He said he's disappointed in Henry Costa. I don't know, for apologizing or for what. He said he's disappointed. Why should he grovel, in front of the president? Yes.
But let me just give you a few other reactions that also like the Senate Pro Tem Nyombli Kanga Lawrence. She said Henry P. Costa forgiveness is a precious and valuable act. It takes a strong person to say sorry and a ever stronger person to forgive. Time to move on.
Almost the same thing I was saying.
Senator Dillon also commented and said, welcoming. You know, it's a welcoming news But I don't know. Politicians sometimes do things based on maybe what they are targeting, what they stand to benefit. Would he have apologized if
He was our president.
Waka was not the president? Or did he do it because you have Waka as a president, and in order to thrive, you must, at least recognize or reconcile with the president, and he wants to go into some business also. Henry Costa has, talked about his plan to go into business like the mining sector. In order to be successful, you have to have a good relationship with the president. So is that a genuine reconciliation, or is it, because of some business interest or some mutual, benefit? And the government too, the president too, could benefit from Henry Costa because he's someone who is vocal. He's someone who, knows how to push propaganda. He could be used in that direction. We saw that from the Weahs administration when they took over. He was, brought closed in order to ensure that the government agenda is pushed. So perhaps that could be some of the reason that could push,
whatever reason
the
it is,
reconciliation.
whatever reason you give some, you gain some, you lose some. You actually sometimes, if you want to do a business that you're talking about, you have to put your feet down. You have to get all the connections that you need. But I believe that because he went down on his knees in the picture I'm looking at there, and even Samuel Jackson is saying that the man is groveling in front of the president. Yes, as an older person too, I think he's open with his apology. This could be something that could happen in the president's place. You don't have to go and take your picture and post it. People will talk about it, but you don't have to
will
post it
Henry
yourself.
Costa be trusted? That's
No,
one.
once
that's
one
thing.
thing is once the trust is broken, you have to be careful how you go about it. In our normal lives, let's forget about presidents. Let's forget about people in top positions. Once a trust is broken, you have to be careful on what you do. I don't think it will take time before maybe the president can be that open to Costa. Nobody have to tell me. Nobody have to tell you. Once the trust is broken, it will take time for the heart to heal. Forgiveness. It's not good to walk with somebody in your heart. I can tell anybody, it's a heavy load when you see that person in your heart. God, when you see that person, you shivering. You have to twist your face all kinds of ways.
You don't even want to
It's difficult to
sit
keep
in the same
somebody
place,
in your heart. Forgiveness is key. It lightens whatever burden, whatever weight you're carrying. So the president did well in accepting the apology for him. But trust, once it is broken, at least one time, to that extent, you will have to work on eggshells, around such person. You can forgive them, but the openness, the willingness, the way you guys used to flow before, maybe if I got some issues internal, I will come to you and spill out, oh, Joseph, this is it. Then I will begin to hold back. Even though I have forgiven you, it has left my shoulders, but now I'll be more careful. I will be like, I can't get Joseph all my secret because Joseph,
if anything goes wrong, everything will be placed in the public.
The whole country will hear about it, even if it's not true to the extent. But because Joseph and myself sit on this show, we got some friendship, we got some, brotherly, coexistence. People will believe and say Joseph and Olive, they can be together. I think Joseph talking.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes. So you will have to.
But when people who are in your inner circle, when they say something about you, people tend to believe it because they know you better. They know you better. They know your activities, things that you're involved with. Henry Costa, when President Barack was in opposition, was the one usually hosting the president in the U.S., like taking him around. Was there whenever the president goes to the U.S. So some of the statements he made, people actually believe.
All of the statements, don't say some.
People believe
because it came from a place of somebody who was very close at the time to the president. So it came from a place that when you even try to say, well, this is not true, nobody won't listen to you because they believe right there and then.
So now the question comes is, what he said then, were they true or But they lie. Is he taking all of those things back? Is he accepting that what I said about the president was,
Maybe in subsequent interviews when people try to
Because
talk to him,
if I
they will
have to
try to
talk to him,
ask
that's
him
what I
that
asked
question.
him.
They will have to ask him that question. What you don't believe in him? You talk down on him and all of these things, believing that maybe that people should not even vote him to power. Now he's president. Is it true, or because maybe there was a misunderstanding, there was something wrong? He will have to explain himself, because people believe every word that Costa said. Nobody can say some. You're trying to reduce it to some, Joseph, but every word that came from Costa was made to be believed by people, that the president did this, the president did this and the other. So that person, when they come back in your cycle, you have to be very careful around them. They should prove themselves. He should prove himself. Well, what I said about the president, well, I didn't mean it to that extent. Yeah, I didn't mean it. I was angry. Sometimes people are angry. They say things. When people apologize, and these are the things. These are the things they say.
Sometimes I usually listen to people say that the devil fool me.
Yeah, devil umpa.
So we don't know we don't know who fooled Costa, what happened, what went wrong.
In
but
subsequent
actually,
interview, you have to answer.
in a general, perspective, Olive, it is good to see people reconcile. It is good, like you talk about, keeping things. It is good to see people reconcile. But usually politicians' reconciliation is mostly based on mutual benefits.
Yes, what they're gonna get.
Because you are in this position. For example, Vice President Kun, when he was in opposition, he said a lot of things about Joseph Boakai. He's old, he's unable to run the country, he cannot do this. But at the end of the day, two of them came together because they wanted to benefit from each other.
And they're
during the
working
campaign.
side by
and
side.
they're working now.
Yeah.
He's one of the loyalists to President Boakai. You see that? So politicians, sometimes the things they say, we don't just fall for it. That's one thing. Don't just fall for what politicians say, especially when they are opposition. But when they come together, you see a total difference from what they actually say about that person. We have to be careful about these people, because sometimes they say things, sometimes they do things that will make the citizens to believe in them. By the end of the day, what they are saying or what they are doing,
but that is the work to make people to believe in what they cannot do for them. That's the work of a politician. They will make you to believe what they cannot do for you. They will
and that should not be.
They will try to express everything humanly possible to make you to believe that they are saints, that they can move you from this point to this point. But actually, in reality, it don't happen. So that's why I say they make you to believe things that it cannot do for you, and you will believe them. Sometimes it's based on blind loyalist kind of thing. You just believe in this person is my person. Whether the person is doing right, my person, you stand for them. No.
In Liberia, it's just simple that you see politicians just fast to switch from one side to another. Today they are here,
because
tomorrow
of benefits.
Politics
have to do with
these
benefits.
Kind of things, you just switch.
Yes, they have to do with benefits.
For me, I think that when you are a public servant, you should be consistent with a particular philosophy. What do you believe? What do you hold? Before you support somebody, that person's vision should align with yours.
But it doesn't align anymore. It doesn't
I don't
align.
think we usually go like that. Today you see the president United Party, the next day they are in the CDC. And CDC and United Party, they have different ideology to governance.
Definitely.
So what will make you switch? So do you change your philosophy overnight?
No, if you ask them, they will tell you. Most of the time you have interviewed people like that, you ask them, they will say, I think this person's vision, I've looked and see. So you didn't see it at first, or is it because there's a space there's something that you can benefit from, that you want to run there and begin to benefit from at the expense of the ordinary citizen? Is that why you're jumping from here to there? They will not tell you, but it will tell you the person's vision aligns with mine. I see everything I want to do. My agenda is I look through the person on, and it just. That's a lie. That's a lie from a politician who just wants to benefit, himself. Selfish gains are the ones that makes them to jump from here to there. Back this person today, back this person tomorrow. Even though everybody have their own agenda, separate agendas that doesn't align. That's why they are opposition, and they are, there are other parties, because the agenda does not align. Everybody have their own. Maybe one or two will be similar, but in a different way. You can't come with the same platform, and just account the same thing, account the same thing. So why we can just put it together and just be one government? So everybody have their own platform that they come with.
Okay, so let's hear from the callers. Henry Costa, the prodigal nephew, has returned to his uncle, Joseph Newman Boakai. What do you make of that reunion? Let's hear from your 0777 700 995 0555 995 995. The prodigal nephew returns to his uncle. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Man can talk.
Yes, good morning.
You're live.
Yeah, I'm a custom guy.
Go ahead.
Henry Costa, the body is welcoming. But let us look at it. Why is in good faith? Why is only doing it because of business interest? We got to look at all those things. And then you not forget to know that the man he dealing with now you crowd, elderly man. He must say, yes, I agree. My son go and sit down. But you don't know what in your heart. This is why.
So you in your opinion, President Boakai just did that, but he didn't, let go totally?
He will not let go totally. You can repair anything, my brother. You can repair the car. When you damage, you repair it. The hot boy, you rebuild it, but you can't repair character. This is why it's good. You must be slow to talk. It's not too much. You will not just forgive me. Let me be free to tell you.
Okay, thank you. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, Joseph, good morning.
I'm doing well. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the show. You know the return of Costa is
your name, please. And where are you joining us from?
Small.
I'm James Yangwe from 12th Street.
Let's hear you, James.
Yeah, the return of Costa is one of the best things, and this is why I even told people Costa is the one make Boakai to win. After he turned against Boakai, the course where he called what people will carry away by sentiment, that way of feeling, amen, the party is full, that what they're doing, that is what brought all that sympathetic mind. All of the election that people been winning in the country, they can win the base, sympathetic man. And that's something for real. Joe, we are on what? The man get the country high, amen, the man suffer for a Boakai win, the man is full. People took that thing in man, the man is full. They men are old men that vote for him. That one make it so it's okay. Cause I return at least you know that indeed I went away, but yes, they make him win. So with me, nothing is impossible. God, everything is possible. You see it, so it's okay. Yeah, forgive him.
All right, let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, JD, and good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Go ahead, please.
My name is Ebenezer Williams, and I call from Clariton. You see, it is encouraging for Aaron Costa to apologize to the president. It's not wrong. He did the right thing, and Henry Costa should even benefit from this government because what he did for this government just that he made a little error in the 11th hour. But what Henry Costa did for now, to our point, JD, to our point, there are series and numbers of people that have wronged the Liberian people as a whole. They are never one they come out to say sorry to us. That senator, that he wronged people, he came back and said sorry to the whole country. Then what's more about Henry Costa that only wrong one person and come back to say
wrong so.
Hello? You see, now, 2 days ago, Senator telling people
hello.
You listen. All I want to ask you.
You said that they don't apologize to the whole country, but Henry Costa just wrong one person. You know who he wrong?
Yeah. So you understanding?
No, you.
Senator did wrong the entire country, and he said sorry. People accepted it. They didn't see anything wrong with it. That he didn't do it for any interest.
Okay.
But Henry Costa, there's a single person that why people want to make it. No,
listen now. Nobody won't make it low anyhow. What? Hello.
Father, you run your senior brother.
Let's do the conversation here now. What kind of guest speaker Benedict on? Where's small? Yeah, that's small. Yeah, but the one person that Henry Costa wronged is not a small person, and it's something that is personal. Not something that Senator Taylor, maybe he got in one plane and he says sorry to people. Now what we're talking about, it's personal. He went personal. And to forgive personal thing is not easy.
Okay.
Yeah, so we should recognize that. Yes.
I agree in some ways.
Okay, thank you. Let's hold it there and take this one. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning to Olive.
Good morning.
This is JKB.
Let's hear
and
you,
I've been
JKB.
following your show since this morning. Thanks for the show. This Henry Costa thing you brought out, I just moved me and I think I needed to participate. Thank you for the show. But you see, Henry will not be limited with apologies. He did that for the vice president quite recently, and now he's doing that also for the president. And I think he need to go down to the president's son, Jojo, because he also has said a lot more concerning the man's son and his role with his father and all of that. So he will keep apologizing until it might get come to the rest of us in Liberia. Because I know when he had at his press conference.
So if he lied to all two, he had to come and say sorry for me lying to you.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing. Sometimes we say, it takes a man to apologize. Yeah. When people are grown up, you don't just open your mouth and speak out any kind of way. You have to be mindful, because what you say out to take it back, it is not easily possible. It lays to people too long. And Henry had put himself into the position believing that only he could make President Bouakai the president of the Republic of Liberia. That is now being disputed. Henry cannot wait for the next 6 years. Henry comes to the country who knows that Henry can even come here again. Yeah. Before then, Henry came and put that boss to go for it. He told you and begging President Bouakai. Now President Bouakai was even helping to make that young man. So sometimes when you put yourself into a position that you are not ready, sometimes you end up hurting yourself. My belief is he thought he was the kingmaker of President Bouakai, but actually it's been proven he is not. So you owe even Jojo Bouakai, the man's son, an apology, or that entire family, not just Bouakai. Bouakai got surrounding. So you're going to take some time. Yeah. President Bouakai wrote at a press conference and said, I forgave you, my son. So from that day, I knew that he has forgiven you, doesn't have it on mind. But it was wrong thing that he did. Thank you, Olive. You said, when people apologize, it takes time for trust to be built. Yeah. And that will happen to him. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's take more calls. Good morning. Let's hear you. Okay, we lost that person. Let's take it from this line. Good morning. Let's hear you. Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. You are very low.
You getting me now?
Yes, better. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Momo Kov. I'm calling from Fiamma. Yeah, number one for the politician, I can only feel sorry for the young people. After 6 years, you can wear the same party running oil, right? They're not really good for we the young people, because that another I call it lesson for us. Yeah, another lesson.
Yeah.
So after 6 years, all young people, we should wear another party again, we go here and there will be question for the politician. So after 2-3 days, they come out together.
We'll come out together.
Okay, thank you. Let's say good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother in studio with his sister.
Go ahead.
All right, thank you. My name is Josiah Sumu, woman for one Kawatan Bell.
Yeah.
So, let me say thank you to our president for accepting his son. You know, every human being in this country, when it comes to politics, even the layman to our heritage, everybody got level of problem with each other. Because politics is not about individual, politics is about the states. But we leave the state, when we talk about the state, the governance process is a thing. How well the government govern you for the 6 years, that way you sit, you make a decision to say, I don't want this government, I want to change this government. But we leave the issues of governance. We're attacking personality, how the person, when that the person you have, giving the real issues that we should be giving a message about. So now the Petro said a whole lot of things. Costa said a lot of things about this president. You know what baffles some of us? Costa stood in the 9 hours. He added like Judas Iscariot, betraying Jesus. Now that he realized his own mistakes, thank God in a post, he mentioned the prodigal son.
Prodigal son. I mean, a
So he's
prodigal
not a
nephew.
prodigal son. Coming back to his father, because he went out and ate in the pig pantry. He ate with pigs. Now that he has realized that I got a better food
What do you
that
call
I
it?
eat for.
Hello?
And a prodigal son.
Oh.
That's a prodigal son. That's
But
what
I
he
mean,
did.
prodigal son. What happened to the prodigal son in the Bible?
That what happened to him when he was eating with swamp. When he
Lord.
realized I came from a royal home.
Hey, Lord.
Let me go back. So
Go back,
after I
please.
realized that what he did was wrong, he had come as a prodigal son to his father. Let me say thank you,
And
Ambassador.
the cow will suffer. The cow.
No, the president is the father of the nation. I don't care how you say about it. Even today, even whosoever comes to say, Mr. President, never mind, he should be willing to accept. He like a doper. He should accept.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's hold you there and take this one. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're live. Let's hear you, please.
This is Emmanuel calling from Bon County this morning.
Emmanuel, go ahead.
I was disappointed this morning when I make my statement on your show. You did not correct the caller, instead of attack me. But that is okay.
What
did you say? Hello?
Remind us. Because we will not remember everything you said.
The hijab, when I did
The hijab? Ah, okay.
You're trying to make a law within the law. There's a caller who should have made that point instead of the one you were attacking. And that shouldn't be the way of.
No, the caller said, 1 minute, please. The caller said, what you are saying is not what they intend.
He's not the guest.
No, but as long as the person did not insult you, they only made a point contrary to what you said.
This statement on the thing show you were there. He said, "No, I should speak my mind."
All right,
but
so
and forget about mine.
So we're talking another thing. So can we table that, please? Can we table that?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. As long as you know the person does not insult you but just give contrary view, I don't think you should have problem with that. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. My name is Jerry Candy. Someone knows as Jerry Jesus, a pastor of Savage Community. I join you this morning for single.
Okay.
Olive, I want to say thank you to Daniel this morning for bringing the information to us. President Costa was hurt, and because of the effort he made. And so I will not support anything that has to do with him and Joe Buckeye, being a past forever, because of the effort he made. So I appreciate him going back to apologize, and the public accepting is welcoming.
Okay.
And lastly, to all the Stephenson, we know that you are a daughter of Savage community. The people missing you.
Daughter of which community?
Which community?
Savage community. We know you.
Oh, okay. Quelle excuse Savage? Okay.
Yeah, for Savage community.
You want to see her?
We are so proud and we will never.
Oh, okay.
The invitation will come officially.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you. Well, Moses never.
You're a little bit low. I don't know what's going on.
I said, you know that Moses never saw the promised land, right?
Of course. What's her name first?
Eric Baye.
Oh,
I said Eric.
Eric, not easy.
And I want Moses didn't see the promised land because of disobedience, because of other things to God. Even though he took the children from Egypt, he fought and took them from destitution and kind of hard life difficulties, and he took them out of that land. But he did not see the promised land. It's the case of Eric Costa. Eric Costa is a reservoir of knowledge. He's an intellectual. This man, he possesses a lot of characteristics that anybody can tap into. He fought. He brought GNB all the way at the end point because of disobedience. He couldn't see GNB to the presidency. Today, GNB is president.
So Harry Costa is Moses, huh?
Moses about time. Today, the president. You know what? Today is a big day for the president. You see me, I'm kind of a different politician, and I hope the president will use this as a stepping stone. Because for me, I saw this coming. The moment he apologized to VP Kong, I knew that he was taking it up.
Now, today, the president calling this man a prodigal son. Let's slaughter the cow. Let's celebrate. It was found that yesterday you have accepted a son who have been lost for the period of time. What can the president do to show that yesterday reconciliation is a man of peace? It's a man who wants to reconcile this nation. Is to take it to the next level.
Okay.
He has to reach out to President Weah, to President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Look, let's see our leaders together. That friendship, the time for heated politics, you can still criticize the man when he's doing wrong.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Provide that space for togetherness. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Olive. We have to leave. Anything you'd like to say?
Definitely. It was a great show. Nobody have to tell me that. We touched everything that concerns us as Liberians, and we hope that God continue to give us the strength and the knowledge to come here every time we call upon to do the Liberian people work. Thanks to all of the callers. Thanks for your contribution. We highly appreciate.
And sorry to those of you who could not make it through the line. We hope that next week you'll be able to get us. But we leave you. Joseph Daniels, Olive Stephenson, Blessing Nimle has been behind the camera. We talk to you when we talk to you.
And welcome to the